Hello and welcome to Astrodesign for you. In this video I'm going to talk about the full moon that is going to occur on the 19th of August in the late evening, depending where you live, at 27 degrees Aquarius. In the full moon, what we have done so far can end or come to some sort of climax. We can get the fruits of what we have done to rethink if that is what we really wanted, and it always advised to get rid of things that have not worked since the last months and even the last year when the full moon occurred in Aquarius, because every time in every sign the full moon happens only once a year. During the full moon, the emotional world is very powerful and anything can go out of proportions, so take that into account. On the other hand, it is a huge boost to action and goal achievement, and it is record time for something that we have done so far, for better or for worse. Because the full moon is the brightest and boldest moment of the lunar cycle, it brings an equally extreme energy, something that is over the roof, exaggerated and beyond common sense. It can contribute to the feeling of enlightenment and help us to see situations and results that was oblivion to us before. As usual in this kind of videos, I will describe the position of the full moon using human design, because it's a very important gene influence that we have there, and much in-depth influence that we can see rather than through astrology. I will tell you what the challenges are in this specific position and how they can be overcome. Through the location of the moon in the astrological houses, you can know how to diagnose which area of your life will be affected the most. It's very important to check if this moon forms important aspects with the planets in your birth chart, because if it does, you will feel it much more strongly. It's interesting to note that in human design the full moon is always at the same gate as the Earth. That represents the grounding force for the sun energy from the personal perspective. While the full moon is our most prominent driving force, the same gate energy that it activates will be for the next 2 weeks our basic programming influence and grounding force. What is this energy that is going to affect us in this full moon? How we will learn to ground ourselves? What can we see more clearly through this energy effect? What are the emotional highlights for that period? Let's dive into that. In human design transit map, the full moon together with the Earth will activate the 30th gate. This gate is the energy of wishes. It is the library of all existing emotions. The passionate fire that grips us from inside and pushes us to new experiences that will evoke new emotions. This energy moves in waves between hope and despair. In its negative use, it can crush our dreams and create disappointment, because we get stuck on wishful thinking, full of unfulfilled expectations, thus making us the victim of our desires and wishes. The 30th gate is important energy for enlightenment and conscious awakening, because it can give us insight into the nature of our inner wishes. Thanks to wishes, we develop and make fundamental connections with others. It is the force that differentiates us from animals and robots. But we all know the bitterness that comes when a wish does not come true, especially for a long time. The energy of wish itself is harmless because it doesn't care about the result. The challenge is that our brain connects wishes to results. It can get even worse for us when we connect the wish fulfillment to our future happiness. This wish's energy is cyclical. Thus, one wish can swiftly change to another. So even if one is fulfilled, the happiness from that is always short-lived. This is like a never-ending hunger that grows more when you feed it more wishes and more. And our happiness begins again and again to depend on some kind of new lack of something or someone. This humane energy wants us to understand our wishes, learn to disconnect from the results of our wishes, and not make our happiness depend on them. Is this energy get support from other planetary transits? Will this time it will be a harsh learning process or flowing? Will people use this energy wisely? These questions can be answered through astrology. As always, in the transit astrology maps of the full moon, the moon and the sun are the main players. So if I look at them in the transit chart, the many red lines they create don't give a positive outlook for this period. The full moon in Aquarius, the sign of communities and humanity, as well as the sign that represents the 11th house, the house of wishes, technologies, etc., creates a hard aspect with retrograde Mercury in Leo. Very dramatic. King or queen vibe sign. Lots of pride and egoism and fear of criticism. What this aspect creates is a hard blow in our communication, speech, connecting with others, which can cause conflicts, especially through and across internet. Also, Mercury is flight and travel, Moon is liquid, and so it can create some kind of fuel problems, weather unpredictability, and can even cause tsunamis or problems in the sea and sailing disasters. Not a good time to go on a boat vacation. Because Aquarius is communities and internet and Leo is pride and ego, there will be a lot of chatting and communication distractions from the same as outside world, the online. Everybody would like to put their 5 cents into anything, but without having value to this communication at all, just speaking, and it even can create communication distractions from our inner world, from within. And it of course won't worth anything, and it will not have any value and it will be much harder to concentrate on our creativity, hobbies, and even on our happiness, because all of the noise that is going to happen. Next, we have the full moon forming a very unpleasant aspect with Uranus. It can create rapid mood swings and impulsive reactions. No patience whatsoever, and no ability to commit to anything. The drive to excitement on the back of yours or other people's finances is very high. Anything that we can find that artificially uplift our self-esteem will make us go any length to purchase and show off. Any purchase in this period won't have any value for you in the long run and even bring hardships. So beware of that. The moon is our instincts and reflexes. And right now they may be very strong and quick, but not accurate at all. The full moon is our drive for emotional freedom because of this harsh aspect with Uranus that wants freedom. And it can create a lot of drama in love life and with family members. And although this full moon gets aspected positively by Mars, it will flavor all the negative aspects with more energy, more drive than needed to its ill-thought activities. The planet Sun in Leo leaves Mercury in the burning bush. So our thinking process are left with burnt fuses. And it gets a negative aspect from Uranus too, which will amplify all the need for freedom and excitement that Uranus gives Moon, but the Sun will boost this negative effect with even more basic and clear reasons. It will be our ego that says, well, I deserve this and I will get it. Nothing bad will happen if I allow myself to do this right now, etc. Now look at Venus and Jupiter, our financial planets, both jeopardized. Venus is in her fall in Virgo, where she hates to be. Too much detail is asked for her and criticism towards how she lives. And also Saturn is looking at her with his critical karmatic eye from Pisces, judging her karma and the past 7 years of faulty relationships with money, values, and other people. Oh my, not fun for Venus at all. But look, Venus gets sexual and aggressive urges from Mars and Jupiter. She can't hold herself down, but she can't deliver anything else. Saturn imposes all kinds of restrictions on her. And this aggression can get very serious when it comes to all kinds of relationships between men and women. Is there something positive in this transit map? Unfortunately not. But of course, your baseline, your birth chart can help stabilize this energy, at least for you and in your personal life. Just remember that these negative energies will be activated for all humanity as a strong frequency, and we can't change that. only by being aware, avoiding online dumb, useless conversations, minimizing TV and internet exposure, focusing on creating something for ourselves, and very importantly, do what makes us happy. Of course, if it doesn't hurt others. And stay focused on the things that are important to our life. Only that will matter and help us overcome the harsh period that is about to come. That's all for me for today. Take care and stay safe.